Hello, beautiful soul. I hope you're having a beautiful fucking day because I fucking am. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say. I hope you're having a beautiful. What is today? What is today? Sunday. So let us see. Let us see. Let us see what Spirit has to say. Oh, I hope you all are having a beautiful Sunday. It's been quite a week. There's been a lot of, energetic changes, energetic, shifts. There's always energetic shifts. Everything is pretty much always shifting no matter what, and this, that, and the other. So I just wanted to be here to give you all a collective reading and seeing what the energy has to say, honey. Okay, anyway. So let's see. What does Spirit have to say? What does Spirit have to say? So, for those of you that don't know, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Mystic Mikey. Time to read you to fucking filth. Okay, and if you've been here a minute, then you already fucking know. Okay, so so let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see. Okay, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So for those of you that don't know or are new, or like I said, been here a minute, I always like to start the reading off with 3 cards, and then we kind of build and kind of see the whys and the hows and how things are connecting. Okay, so I kind of was the biggest thing that came up last time was with regards to the relationships that we have around us and whatnot, and how those relationships help us to transpire, how those relationships help us to grow, or how they prevent us and hold us back from certain situations. And I feel like that is a good place to start, but that's also a good conversation to have, because sometimes we have all the right parameters, we have all the right things, and this, that, and the other, and we're wondering why things are not transpiring the way that we had hoped that they would transpire. But then we have to think about why they aren't transpiring the way that they are. Could it be the company that we keep by chance? Could that be a possibility? It's not always the reason why, but it could be something that we have to look at and analyze. So let's see how that message builds onto what we get today. So feel free to feel free to share this, feel free to leave a comment and say how you're feeling, and give us your best, honey, your best Mercury retrograde horror story. I've been asking that all Mercury retrograde. What is your Mercury retrograde horror story? Because I know there's a bunch. But anyway. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Let me see what the collective has to hear right now, honey. Let me see. Hola, beautiful soul. Hi, how are you? If Spirit calls you, let us see. I'll see if I have time at the end. I usually start with the collective, and then we'll see like what comments I get and this, that, and the other. But yeah, I have been doing just little couple single card pulls, and I'll see definitely if we have time, for sure, beautiful soul. So let's see what Spirit has to say. What are the first 3 cards here? Oh shit, that just flew the fuck out. So anyway, the first card right here is the 9 of Wands. Okay, the 9 of Wands talks about, I really like this card because it doesn't look the most appealing if you look at it, right? It's someone who looks like they've been through it, honey. They've gone through it for a minute. Okay, but this is someone who's actually a warrior. This is I've heard other people call it this as well. It's the card of the wounded warrior. So it's somebody that's persevered or has just gone through it but risen above regardless of what they've been through, So I just, the 9 of Wands is also the number 9 is also a place of completion. So it's like you've been going through these situations, been dealing maybe with people who have the audacity to challenge you and this, that, and the other, but was it coming from a toxic place? Was it coming from a place that, it didn't have to, and this, that, and the other? Regardless, this is where you've arrived. The 9 of Wands. You are the warrior as a result of these things happening. So That's the past. So that tells me that this is something that you've already gone through, because I feel like for some of you, you're like, do I have to go through more and this, that, and the other? There's always more layers that have to be peeled back and this, that, and the other. But at the core of it, you are somebody that rises above it regardless. So I don't feel in this instance, no. Yes, I love this. The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups. This is celebratory. This is celebratory. You are celebrating anew because you went through that. You went through that Nine of Wands, and this Nine of Wands energy of perseverance, having to rise above it and having to stand up really for what you believe in and this, that, and the other. So it's like you've developed those strengths. So now it's like, girl, let's go happy hour. The fuck? And let us celebrate a little bit. So some of you could be announcing some things too, because the Three of Cups talks about announcements, whether you're watching this live or post live. The things that you want to say, the things that you want to communicate, the things that you want to celebrate, focus on that right now, because it's not about so much, maybe this is a gathering with friends where you want to say something too, talk about and pay attention to. I don't know why Spirit is saying that so much, but I feel like they're saying pay attention to people's reactions to your success. And then believe them when they have those reactions. When they have the reactions to your success, you talk about things that you've accomplished, been through, went through, and this, that, and the other. Pay attention to how they, oh, yeah, this, that, and the other. Is that coming from a place of, hate? Or is that coming from a place of their own insecurity? And what does that mean? Does that mean that they really don't want you to succeed? Or is it really much less than that, right? So basically, this is a time for you to understand who's for you and who's not for you, right? And then act accordingly as a result. Yes, honey, right here. See? Right here. We went to the Three of Cups, to the Two of Cups. By you paying attention to who's for you and who's not, then we realize who the relationships can begin with. We can decide and determine who deserves to be in our presence, who can communicate with us, who can have relationship with us. It's fun and it's fine to communicate with people from, like opposing sides and this, that, and the other. But we have to be really mindful of who we allow in that space in a complete sense, right? Because not everyone deserves to receive our energy, and definitely not everyone's entitled to receive that energy constantly, right? So, this just, it's not. It sounds simple, but it's not simple, because it's hard, because some people can, have a, like an undetermined look on their face when we celebrate ourselves and our accomplishments and this, that, and the other. And it very well could, they're like, oh, I didn't realize that I came off that way. I didn't know. No, I am happy for you. I'm just going through my own thing, so this opportunity, whatever this is, you're really learning how to decipher the difference between people who are just like in their stuff versus people who really just don't want you to succeed and this, that, and the other. So those are the first three cards, because I feel like some people are intimidated by the things that you've been through, the successes, the things that you had to triumph over at this time. There's a lot of emotion tied to it, because those are very emotional experiences. So they get people talking. They get people being chismosa. They're gossipy about some, stuff that, either they haven't accomplished yet and this, that, and the other. So just be open to how your relationships form at this time. Okay, now let's dissect that a little more. Okay, so, I want to go through a couple things here. Okay. Oh, Rose shared her retrograde story. My retrograde story is seeing my retrograde story is seeing a dentist, and all the stuff very unpleasant, highly questionable. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, don't you hate that? Don't you hate that when people just don't you just hate that when people just take out their stuff on you sometimes, this, and that's really, that's common right now. It's common, people, you're going to run into situations, especially during Mercury retrograde, where people, might, it's hard to communicate. It's hard to understand where they're coming from, You know, you're trying to understand, like, oh, wait, are you just having an off day, or are you just an asshole and this that? You know, so you know, definitely protect your energy right now. That's what Spirit's talking to the collective about right now. The collective is definitely being, you know, asked and guided to just be like, hey, like, no, I can't go to that party. I can't go to that thing. I have to protect my energy. Like, I can't, you know, and don't apologize for that, honey. For don't apologize for you know, not being available, because I feel sometimes, a lot of the times, we feel sorry, we feel sympathy even for being unavailable. That's your energy, that's yours, that's what you need to pour from that cup if you so choose to. If you, you know, what you have to get done for yourself, it takes from you. So it's, being selfish with your energy is so necessary, especially right now. Right now, that's pretty much required, you know, so just be very mindful of who you give it to. So, all right, so let's kind of build on these three cards right here. Let's see where, oh my God, if my thing will, okay, here we go. Oh, Mercury retrograde. She's just messing with all the technology, honey. She was messing with everything electric, but that's common. You know, that happens. So anyway, this is the part where it's collective reading. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let's see what Spirit has to say from the Nine of Wands, Three of Cups, Two of Cups. Let's see what more has to be said about why these dynamics took place, or what is the advice? Where are we going with this? What are these relationships? Look at right there. That's the first card that showed up. El Diablo, the devil. So right here with the devil card, I mean, that already tells me what you're manifesting is breaking cycles that have been going on for years. Okay, and it makes sense with the relationships that have been transpiring and changing and transforming. So, I mean, you're having a new beginning. You're deciding better too. It's like you're making decisions that you wouldn't have made years ago. Years ago, you probably would have thought the decisions you're making now were a bad idea, or they were coming from a place that was just too risky. You know, taking a leap of faith was just, no, that was just not allowed back then. But we're looking at things a lot differently now, and that's why I'm proud of you, right? That's why Spirit is proud of you. That's why your Spirit team is proud of you, because you finally have the willingness to take that leap of faith that you've been having to take. And that's why you have this Six of Wands energy, victorious. You're even if other people don't think that, or even if we have those, you know, comments that come into our mind and they tell us like that we can't achieve, that we can't succeed in this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter. Spirit's overriding that. The universe is overriding that and saying, fuck that shit. Okay. Fuck that shit. I mean, right, because look at, you're gonna have, okay, yeah, you're gonna have two things here. You're gonna have the envidiosas, the celosas, the haters that see that you're getting success. So again, this plays into, I feel like in the past people have like sabotaged our success, you know, and it's not that anyone can sabotage or take really anything from us, because those opportunities come back around in a different form. Every time we go through something and then it comes back. We go through something, it comes back, because, you know, no one can truly take that from us. But in the past, we were convinced that that was possible, but not anymore, because that can affect us. So sometimes we kind of embrace this energy of the Seven of Swords a little bit, where we're kind of more tactful with it, where we kind of just don't communicate our successes that much, right? But Spirit is saying we don't have to hide who we are anymore. That's not a thing right here. Look at Knight of Cups. We can come at this with authenticity. We can come at this with confidence. You go in the room, and you shut that shit down. There's no more worrying about what this person's going to feel. This person, it's not your problem if someone is truly triggered by what you have to say or by what you feel. That's the old chapter. That's the old book. It's not even a chapter anymore. It's not even part of the same book anymore. It is part of the old story that we, you know, might follow us into this new, because we're always challenged regardless. But we can look past the challenge here, especially with that Eight of Wands. That Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and then the King of Swords right here. We kind of, okay, Knight of, you know, I feel like too, with this Eight of Wands energy of just communicating multiple things about what we're, this could happen quickly too at the same time. This success that you're coming up upon could just be something that happens out of nowhere, you know? But with this King of Swords, you're really good at not only getting, but like giving advice also. You're really good at what you do. So I don't know, really hone in and pay attention to what you're good at this time. Okay? The thing that you're good at, that thing that they told you or that you told yourself that you're not good at, but you really love, that thing, right? The one thing that people told you, nah, you can't do that. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's fucking like, what are you gonna do? This, that, and the other, right? All those shit talkers, no, because it goes back to that message that came up yesterday in the collective, where it was like talking about not just accepting toxicity as like normal. It's not normal to have people in our circle that just talk down and talk shit to us all the time about our successes and this, that, and the other. Oh, that's just so and so. No, so and so's an asshole. So now that we know so and so's an asshole, we don't really have to communicate everything to them. And if we do, we don't need to give a shit about what the reaction is going to be anymore. This is very much giving an energy of like, we don't care how people react and say things anymore. It's just not, it's not a thing. Mira, honey, who are the celosas, honey? Who are the gossipers? Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Okay, so this speaks to the Nine of Wands energy right here, and definitely to that Two of Cups energy right here, because it teaches us again who's for us and who's not. So the Five of Swords, don't be shocked if you hear through the grapevine, right, that some motherfuckers, like are saying, talking about your success and not the best light and this, that, and the other. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well, it's gonna happen. And you know what they say, if you don't have haters, then guess what, you ain't doing shit right, but and also pay attention not just to who's for you and who's like not for you, but pay attention to the boundaries that you draw too. The boundaries that you draw will indicate almost immediately if that boundary was required or not. If you draw a boundary and someone's like how dare you, how dare how dare you? How dare you do things for yourself? How dare you? That means that the boundary was needed very much. And it's so crazy because there will be people, literally, think about this. Check this shit out. There's people that will pour their coffee, sit at a table and talk shit and sip their coffee and say, I can't believe this person's doing what they want to do for themselves. The fuck? That's, I don't know. It's just like people get triggered when you do things for yourself. That's it. Queen of Swords right there. See, they don't like your power, right? But this is where you're headed anyway. You're in this Queen of Swords energy. Now, you might find a friend during all this. I don't know if it's a friend. I don't know if it's a significant other. I don't know what it is, but through this situation that you're going through right now, you might find somebody that really hones in and likes your confidence a lot, right? So just be open to whatever that looks like for you, because people are going to be talking mess at this time, and that's unfortunate. That's too bad. That's too bad that people are going to say their mierda, right? Mierda. But here's the thing. You know what I'm getting to, honey? You know what I'm getting is I'm getting that energy of like you riding off into the sunset with your new found soul family, like spiritual family or whatever, people that don't necessarily have to be connected by blood and this, that, and the other, because I feel like for some of you, you're confronting a lot of family dynamics at the same time, toxic family. For some of y'all it's friends, for some of you it's significant others, whether you're watching this live or post live. But some of you are truly challenging the way that family looks at things, right? And that could piss off a few people because it's like we've been doing it this way for years. Who are you to confront this, that, and the other? Well, I'm not telling you guys to change shit. I'm saying I'm changing shit for me. And that's what you have to realize, is that people will again look at things like that, where it's like, if you change something, that means they all have to change. Yeah, that speaks to something like enmeshment. That speaks to something like being too close, right? For like, to the point where it's like, we no one can decide for themselves, like, at all. So that's why sometimes people try to reel you in to that bullshit when you're trying to break that cycle for yourself. Okay? So, I mean, right here with the Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups, and then the Six of Swords at the same time, that's you moving on from that, right? Because right here you have, oh, okay, okay, I see right here. Because we have this, yeah, there's this person that keeps showing up. You know, this King of Wands energy, or I mean, this can be you too. This can be you too. You're moving on to this energy of like confidence. The King of Wands is someone that's very how do you say it? How do you say it? Like they they could piss people off, you know? This is your villain era. This is you're the menace. You're you're the one that's shaking shit up right now. And that's okay, because you know what? Sometimes people need shit shaken up to, you know, understand that they aren't always right, or that they aren't always going to get their way, you know? I feel like you've been dealing with a lot of energies too that are very entitled right now. They feel, you know, that confidence threatens them in some type of way. Oh well, you know? And then boom, right there. See, mira, look at that shit right there with the Five of Cups. It brings out their insecurities, kind of like bouncing off what, you know, we said right there. You know, because the Five of Cups is like, if I get Four and Five of Cups, I'm very much called to tell, whether it's about another person or whether it's about the person, you know, specifically. Five and Four of Cups indicates like, you know what, you need to, like, you know, you need to get the fuck over it, you know. You kind of need to get the fuck over it a little bit. And that maybe that's what this people, I feel like people are challenging these people too. They're kind of like, well, I mean, they're just doing their own thing, why does that piss you off so much? I feel like they're getting called out. They're wanting you to get called out so bad. They're wanting you to be like, oh, we're gonna, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, hello, so and so, what's your problem? I have so and so here, and you can't be glowing up like this. You can't. They they want that shit to happen to you so fucking bad. But people are like, you're just doing your thing. So what's their fucking problem? You know. So, you know, it's like they want you to get the phone call. They want you to get the ugly text messages. They want you to get the ugly messages that you're doing something wrong, but you're not. You're just being yourself. You're not imposing it on other. You're not imposing you're not telling other people what to do. They're telling other people what to do. So they don't realize that. So then they get called out for it. They're like, but that's not fair. anyway, so that's just what I'm getting. So what is this? Absolutely not, you know. But anyway, High Priestess, Nine of Swords, right there. It's, oh my god, oh my god, oh my goodness, honey, you're on a roll. What is this? I love this. Okay, so the High Priestess talks about someone that has the High Priestess talks about somebody who has a lot of knowledge, okay? Somebody who's very highly intuitive, okay? And with that, you're like one step ahead of, you know, you know, the situation, right? It's not even just people at this point. You're one step ahead of the situation. And it causes, again, the energy that you have towards and for these people puts a lot of fear in them, because it's very petty, right? It's very petty because you're one step ahead and you're just working on yourself right now. You're putting the work in. And when people see you rising, they're gonna try to bring it down. They're gonna try, like, no, that can't happen. No, we can't. We can't have that happen. Not here. No. But you don't need their permission. That's what toxic circles or toxic dynamics like this struggle to understand, is that, honey, I'm not asking for permission. I'm telling you. I'm telling you that I'm going to do this. I'm not asking you. I'm not asking for your blessing. I'm not asking for your tutorial on how to do something. I'm not looking for advice. I'm not looking for unsolicited advice. I'm not asking. I'm telling you that I'm going to glow up and radiate and do what I want to do for me. And you're not going to have a goddamn thing to fucking say about it. Okay? So it's just, see, look at it. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. That's me. That's mierda. Look at this shit. You have everything you need, and it's like, oh, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? But oh well, that's, but they walk away, and this is you walking away. This is you walking away too. Both parties have to walk away from each other right now, because one is stubborn as hell and wants things their way, and the other one just wants to break free and do their own thing. And that can, be a little hard for them to realize, because they have this Page of Wands type of energy. They're like this, but they see you like this at the same time. They see you as in over your head, like doing things that you can't do, and this, that, and the other. Honey, you might have been someone that's been very highly underestimated for a long time, for a while, for a minute, and it can be very challenging to confront that, because not only do we have to deal with the people that still say that to us and treat us in such a condescending way, we also have to deal with that within ourselves, because that residual energy exists as like some form of energy, like almost like, something that communicates to us, like we can't do what, like it's like nothing's there, but we have to still confront this idea that we aren't enough, right? But that's not true. It's not a fact. It's something that we've been trained to perceive so that we don't success. It's a safeguard. Those relationships, those toxic dynamics created a safeguard to prevent us possibly from not getting success, just to suffice the misery within someone the fuck else. And it's bullshit, and it's time to break free of that shit, right? So anyway, and just as I say that, the Fool, that's you breaking free. That's break free. That's literally, right? Another name for the Fool card literally is like break free. So the 10 of Wands right here. Don't overwhelm yourself either, because I feel like this could be your energy sometimes, because it's like you take on the weight of the world, so to speak. Like you're doing all the right things for yourself. You're taking care of yourself, mind, body, soul, as best as you can. You're doing the best as you can, but it's just like, we still think about it. We still think about, what are those other people up to, or, like, are we doing the right thing, or were we a little too harsh on our words, and this, that, and the other. And when that comes up, those feelings are us breaking the cycle. And then when that breaks the cycle, that's when the retribution comes, right here with the Justice card. Okay, so hone in and pay attention to that retribution, and then wearing the crown like the badass that you are, period. That's what it is. It's you being bad as fuck at this time. And it's okay to be the, what is it? ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say it? Villain. It's okay to be the villain. You're gonna be the villain in people's stories sometimes. That's just what you're gonna fucking be. No matter how you say it, no matter how you look at them, no matter how you communicate it, It can be as loud, it can be as soft spoken, it can be whatever. Some people will just perceive you this way, and it can be very frustrating. It can be even create this lonely space sometimes where we're just like, why, like, what the hell? Why am I so easy for these people to attack? Or why, like, what the hell? You know, it speaks to them. It has nothing to do with you. And it did not ever, right? But it's very hard to realize that in the moment. So when these moments come up, give yourself the grace to know that you have nothing to prove to these people. You have nothing to ask permission for from these people. And you're free to break free. That's it, you know? And it's just, that's where you get your abundance. Look at this, honey. Look at this Queen of Wands and this Ten of Pentacles energy. You better hone this, and you better use it to the full potential that you can. And I know you will, honey. Okay? So I feel like this is where you're thriving right now. This is where you're creating this Queen of Wands and this Ten of Pentacles energy. Okay? So all in all, this broke it down a little more and gave the why. Why did we go through that Wounded Warrior experience? Why did we go through this Nine of Wands, right? What are we celebrating right now? And why is that pissing so many people off? Or why is that triggering us, right? To have to, reanalyze our circles and to create new ones for ourselves, new soul families, new dynamics and everything. And then through it all, who are we connecting with, and who actually sees our worth? Who is deserving of our energy? The ones that are not entitled, right? The ones that don't feel they're entitled to it. Okay? I always say, give your Queen of Cups to the ones that have shown that they have earned it, and give your Queen of Swords to the motherfuckers that tried it. Okay? That's what you always do. You give the Queen of Swords to the motherfuckers that try it. Give your Queen of Cups to the ones that have shown that they've earned it. Okay? And that they deserve access to your energy, and that they deserve, that connection of reciprocity between the two of you. Because reciprocity is a beautiful thing, especially with that Queen of Cups energy. But always give that Queen of Swords to the motherfuckers that tried it. Every time. Okay? Always. No more excuses. Okay, for that fucking shit. And it's hard. It's hard. But it's a place that you can thrive in, beautiful soul. Okay? So I feel that was the collective. I do have time for a couple of preguntas right now. So we're gonna go from that. I know someone asked if I could just like pull a card. I'll do a couple right now for this live stream right now. Okay, so let me see right here right now. So let me see. Is Rose, you asked, and if Spirit calls you, can you please read me to filth? Let's just shout out, hi, Miss Rosewood, hi, Mr. Quickie. If Spirit calls you, can you please read me to filth? Okay, honey, I will. Don't give me that power and permission, honey. don't do it. Okay, I'm just gonna do a real quick what you need to know right now. What does Rosewood need to know right now? What do you need to know, honey? Okay. What do you need to know? What does Rose need to know right now at this time? Okay. 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 So the thing that Spirit... Okay, so for you, Rose, the first thing I got for you was right here. 4 of Pentacles. You've been really good at developing, creating your stability for yourself right now, because the 4 of Pentacles indicates like a stability, but it also indicates stability that you've grown over time. But it also is an indication of you conserving that energy. So you doing that has been appropriate at this time, because I feel like it's helped you to not just break free, but kind of be carefree at the same time. And you haven't been carefree in a minute. So it's been kind of like, it's been rocky. It's been back and forth. It's like, how how can, are we being reckless? Are we being irresponsible? And this, that, and the other. I don't feel so. I feel like you've just kind of just been enjoying this full energy, this energy of just being yourself, right? And living in that. And you could also, I don't know if you've been thinking about moving or like traveling a lot and this, that, and the other, but I don't know why this idea of like going places or traveling has pissed someone off or something, or irritated someone at the very least, okay? And but it's like you're learning how to stand in not only that power but also decide what's right for you and what's not right for the what's not right for what's not right for you and what is right for you. And that's what I get here with the Seven of Wands, okay? Because the Seven of Wands is like somebody that overcomes obstacles but also stands up for what they believe in, okay? So not us throwing hands, honey. But anyway, like you're swinging. You're swinging up there. I'm just kidding. So no, it's just you standing up for what you believe in. And then when you overcome those obstacles, you don't let really anyone tell you like what you're doing. But you've overcome this already. And if you don't feel like you have, you're gonna come close to it soon, I feel like. Okay, especially with that Seven of Wands. And we've really done a good job of just cutting people off, like just really just being like done. Like you're not entertaining any more conversations where people like call you like, like, hey, well, come on, explain, this, that, and the other. You're like, no, I don't have to. I'm not going to explain to you. I'm done. I'm tired explaining. Because it's like, it's weird because I don't know if you've had conversations with people where you like explain again and again and again and again, and then they have this habit of being like, well, explain again. Like, no, I'm not explaining again. I'm not repeating myself. And they're like, wow, you're so rude. And this thing. No, I'm not rude. I'm just not repeating myself again. So take it for what it is. And I'm whatever, you know? So this is where you are right now, Hermit energy. Now, the Hermit is a beautiful energy, okay? I feel like it's underestimated a little bit because you stay to yourself a little bit, but you also grow a lot, right? If it was reversed, I would say, okay, we have to get out there more and this, that, and the other, and, kind of do more like our purpose type of shit. But I feel like in this instance, you're just getting shit done. And people don't understand that, and they underestimate that all at the same time. You're considering your options, which is a lot smarter than some people who are around you and this, that, and the other, right? So, and it's just like you don't have to listen to other people. You don't have to listen to other people's demands, and I feel like that's your challenge. Spirit is like telling you, okay, you are the authority now. So Spirit's like presenting you with this challenge, like, are you going to take this offer of being your own authority, or are other people going to be able to be that authority for you, right? So I mean, we all have, choices and this, that, and the other, but I feel like your choice is going to be to empower yourself because that's what the cards are reflecting. But it's like that's the challenge that's presenting at this time. You're just considering your options. And what people don't know is that behind this, the way people don't understand, you had to be the way that you had to be in order to get what you have gotten to this point. But it's going to result in you nurturing yourself. And if people stay pressed, they stay pressed. Oh well, and this, that, and the other. But that's your energy right now. You're going through that full energy and that Hermit energy of just staying the course and trusting the process. I love that. I love that. I love it. So that was for you, beautiful soul. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your question. Sometimes I will do like quick little, readings and whatnot if Spirit calls me to and whatnot. But I appreciate you, beautiful soul. Thank you so much. So this has been a reading to filth by Mystic Mikey. So I appreciate every single. Thank you very accurate. So gracias, beautiful soul. I'm glad it resonated. I'm glad it helps you to progress and move forward like the badass that you are. So I hope I hope. God, I can't talk. Why can't I talk? I'm glad it resonated. There we go. We got it. We got it. So, real quick, I just wanted to give a couple announcements to some things. If you are joining this late, don't worry. It's reposted on my YouTube and my Facebook if you want to watch it on the replay. And I always post highlights and stuff like that so you can, certain messages stick out and what this, that, and the other. So, for those that don't know, I have an Etsy shop. It's fairly new. It's kind of been off and on, but it's active. So if you want a video reading, feel free to hit me up, etsy.com/shop/Mikey. Feel free to check out my website and book a session, message me and stuff. I said this before, but it's going through some renovations right now, so it might look a little different within like a couple days or so, but the links should all be there. And if you can't access something, just let me know. We can always do things manually if you want to book a session with me, and I can let you know all the info that way as well. So, and just DM me on any of my social medias, whether that be on Facebook or whether that be on my try and click on my Instagram or my TikTok. So with that, beautiful soul, I hope you love yourself and trust yourself and see yourself as the badass motherfucker that you are. Okay? And just realize that these celosas, these chismosas, these haters can't touch your energy. Okay? So with that, I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I hope you have a beautiful Sunday. I will be live again, possibly tomorrow. So just look out for that live stream. I'm starting to develop a better schedule. So you're going to see me more often, a lot more. We're taking our channel back, honey. Let's get these shares and likes through the roof. Okay. Anyway, so I appreciate you guys for being here. The shares, the likes, the support, everything. So with that, beautiful soul, I wish you a beautiful day. Love yourself. Trust yourself. Till the next one. Mwah! Bye.